put up a 530-foot horizontal loop.
Hey, copy that. It's Kilo Foxtrot 0, India Delta Tango. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Italy Delta Tango. Hey, good evening, or good morning to you, Andy. Hey, copy the Baltimore, Maryland. We copy the Baltimore, Maryland. You are about a 5-3 here into northern Colorado. Northern Colorado, over.
Oh, very good. Thank you so much. That's great. Colorado, very, very good. We're expecting some light snow and rain and sleet, and up in Pennsylvania, they're going to get 3 to 5 inches of snow, and Boston's going to get 8 to 10 inches of snow, over.
Hey, I tell you what, welcome to the wintertime, I guess. We've been getting a little bit of cold weather here. Obviously, it's in Colorado. No really good snow, though. Not very good snow here, but nonetheless, we do have the cold temperatures there. But, hey, thanks for stopping in and saying hello and answering my CQ here tonight. And good to hear you guys coming out of Baltimore, Maryland tonight. Whiskey 3, Bravo, Echo, Echo, Kilo, Foxtrot 0, India, Delta, Tango. 73s and all the best.
73, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, God bless.
Happy New Year, 73s. QRZ, Kilo, Foxtrot 0, India, Delta, Tango.
Kilo, Oscar 4, United Radio, India.
Okay, was there a Kilo Oscar 4 station?
Kilo, Oscar 4, United Radio, India.
Kilo Oscar 4, United Radio India. Good evening from northern Colorado. You got about a 5 and 5 here, over.
Same back to you in Tallahassee, Florida.
Hey, copy the Tallahassee, Florida. Well, I tell you what, I wished we were in Florida right now. We're sitting at 33 degrees, and a little bit of snow coming down there, over.
Well, I wish I was...
Hey, Greg, are you going to be live streaming tonight?
We're in the swamp, so we're supposed to have rain early in the morning, but I would trade the powder for you any day.
Oh, I tell you what, we're actually missing a little bit of that snow. I wish we had a lot more snow on the ground than we did. However, it is what it is, and we'll take it whenever we can get it there. But, hey, sounding good coming out of Tallahassee, Florida today. 73s and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Thank you for the contact, and have a great weekend. Kilo Oscar 4, United Radio, India.
73s. QRZ Kilo, Foxtrot 0, India, Delta, Tango.
NI6BB.
The BB station?
November, India, 6, Bravo, Bravo. Battleship Iowa, BB61 in the San Pedro, California.
Hey, awesome. The Battleship Iowa. Good signal, too. November, India, 6, Bravo, Bravo. Good signal. 5-7 this evening here into northern Colorado.
Very good, sir. We got you coming over 5-9 as well. So KF0IDT, NI6BB73. Thank you for the contact.
Hey, 73s, thank you for the contact. All the best and Happy New Year.
I know, Greg. I was checking for cracks in the back of my eyelids about that time, so I didn't catch you then.
QRZ, Kilo, Fox 0, India, Delta, Tango.
Whiskey 6, Charlie, Tango, Tango.
The Whiskey 6, Charlie, Tango, Tango, is that correct?
Affirmative. Yeah, this is Dan, Delta Alpha, November in Central California.
Hey, good evening to you, Dan. And, 5-7 here this evening here into northern Colorado. Dan, name here is Dustin. Dustin is my name, and like I say, we're located in northern Colorado.
Well, good evening to you, Dustin. You're 10 over here. Good signal. What's the weather like there in Colorado tonight?
Cold and crispy, man. We actually had a little bit of snow come, not much. I mean, it was just a dusting, and it melted away this afternoon. But we had a lot of frost on the trees yesterday morning, and it stayed until this morning, actually. So about 30 degrees right now. It was 33 5 minutes ago, and now it's 30 degrees. So it is definitely on its way down there, Dan, over.
Yeah, that's getting pretty cold. 30 degrees is probably the coldest night we have in the winter here in Central California. I'm in the Central Valley, so heat is our problem, not cold. The winter here has been fairly mild so far. We're getting storms, but they're spread out enough to let us dry out. But the coast is getting hammered. Oh, those poor people! This is the second year in a row where a lot of those businesses are just getting wiped out. Over.
Oh yeah, we've been seeing some of it on the news there about all the rain and the flooding going on out that way. So hopefully that will move east, and we'll reap the benefits from some of that moisture as well in the form of snow. I know southern Colorado into Kansas and Nebraska are looking for another really good blizzard. They had one heck of a blizzard during Christmas time, and now they're really looking for another one here this weekend into the first of next week. So, but maybe, just maybe, we'll catch one of those low pressure systems and be able to reap the benefits from that moisture. But until then, we're just reeking the cold weather and the high winds there. Over.
Yeah, well, you have a good night and enjoy that cold weather. And nice talking to you. W6 Charlie Tango 73.
Hey, all right there, Dan. Hey, you take care. Happy New Year. 73s, and hope to catch you in the logbook again. Looks like we worked with back in August of last year. So good to get you in the logbook this year, and hope to do it again there, Dan. Whiskey 6 Charlie Tango Tango from Kilo Fox 0 India Delta Tango. Take care, Dan.
Have a good night. 73.
73s.
For 9 Lima Alpha Whiskey.
The Lima Alpha Whiskey.
Kilo Alpha 9 Lima Alpha Whiskey. I think we may have worked before, but I'll say good evening to you from South Bend, Indiana. Back to you.
Hey, very good. Yep, looks like back in September 13th there, looks like we worked. So good to get you in the logbook in 2024 there, Harold. Good signal, 5859 here into northern Colorado this evening. We are live streaming on YouTube. Just look up my call sign. You'll see it on YouTube, and you'll be able to go back and look at what your signal and audio sounded like coming back into Colorado there, over.
Well, that would be a pleasure to do. I would appreciate that. I'm working with a Yaesu FT991A and an RF Kit 2K-S amplifier at about 608 watts with a beam high gain Explorer up at about 56 feet. So you really sound good, good audio, but it'll be a pleasure to try and listen to myself. I appreciate that insight. 73 to you and your family. The best of the new year to everyone. Thanks for the contact.
Hey, awesome there, Harold. Yeah, yep, no, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Actually, yeah, like you say, get on YouTube. Just search my call sign, KF0IDT. You'll see the live stream pop up there, and there's a timestamp on the radio face there. 0100 hours is UTC is where we're at. So all you got to do is rewind it back to the top of the hour there, and see you're coming back into Colorado there, Harold. Hey, you take care, 73s, and you as well. Hope the new year's a good and blessed one for you, and hope to look for you again here in 2024. Take care in 73s.
Thank you much, 73.
QRZ, Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango.
This is Kilo Echo 8, Kilo Oscar Bravo.
The Kilo Echo 8, Indian and Bravo.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Oscar Bravo.
Okay, we got you there. Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Oscar Bravo. Good evening to you from northern Colorado. Name here is Dustin, over.
Justin, my name is Robert here in Waco, Michigan. You come in here like a 5x10, 9x10.
Hey, copy that. I got you about a 5 and 7. I've got to be more diligent on looking at the S meter. I give signal reports through the headphones, and that's it. But like the other guy, Harold there, the last guy, I told him he was 5'9", and he was actually almost 40 over. So I looked at the meter that time. You're 5'7", 5'8" back this way, Robert, over.
Roger that. Yeah, the noise level it's up and down the last couple of days with the band.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a solar hiccup. It wasn't much of a hiccup. Now, if it was Earth directed, if that solar flare was a little bit more Earth directed, we would have a lot more solar activity. But we just had a little burp. That's it. So I'm sure the bands are going to start repairing up nicely here over the weekend. But yeah, good to hear from you there, Robert. Looks like this is the first time in the logbook. So glad to get you in the logbook here in 2024 there, over.
Roger that. I need your call sign if you don't mind, over.
Absolutely. The call sign here is Kilo Foxtrot 0, Italy Delta Tango. Kilo Fox Zero in Dallas, Texas, but I live in Colorado, over.
I got Kilo Foxtrot Zero Echo Tango.
India Delta Tango, Italy, Denmark, Tokyo.
Roger that. Kilo Foxtrot Zero India Delta Tango.
That's a Roger, Roger.
Roger that. Is it pretty cold there in northern Colorado?
We're sitting at 30 degrees right now. 30 degrees at the moment. I think we're going to get down into the low 20s tonight, but you know, that's winter time here in Colorado. There, over.
Roger that, roger that. We're down to like 32 degrees here. We have not had no snow here in the central part of Michigan yet in the Wasco area.
Hey, copy that there. Well, we've got a little bit of snow. Nothing to write home about. We've got a few dustings here and there. Nothing like we had this time last year. This time last year we were sitting under almost 4 foot of snow. So this year we've been kind of dry, but I'm hoping we're going to catch some of the springtime moisture coming in here. But hey, Robert, thanks for stopping in and saying hello. You take care. Happy New Year's, and hope to catch you in the logbook again. And 73s from Kilo Fox Zero India Delta Tango.
Roger that, Dustin. You have a good time. Good talking to you, and thank you for the contact.
Yeah, Greg, you need to get that antenna up, man. Stable, so it just stays up. You don't have to worry about it. Then you could be DX Monster all the time. Get more of those fake awards, you know.
Kilo 2, Sierra Tango, Sierra November 7.
The Kilo 2 station. I hear a Kilo 2 station.
Kilo 2, Sierra Tango, Sierra.
Kilo 2, Sierra Tango, Sierra. Good evening from northern Colorado. The name here is Dustin.
Okay, Dustin, sounds good. I've got you a solid 5-7. 5-7. I'm near Albany, New York. The name is Jim. Juliet, India.
Okay, very good, Jim. Very good. Well, I got a pretty light copy on you. You're about a 5-3, 5-1. But nonetheless, good to be able to hear from you out there from New York there, Jim. So name here is Dustin. Dustin is my name. We are located 80 miles east of Fort Collins, Colorado, out here in the countryside there, over.
It's about 22 degrees here. 6 or 7 inches of snow tomorrow, so we'll be waiting on that. And I appreciate the contact, Dustin, in 7-3, QSL.
Hey, QSL there, Jim. Well, I appreciate you answering the CQ there and coming in to say hello this evening. You have a happy new year, and I hope to catch you again in 2024. Looks like this is our first time in the logbook, so good to be able to get you in the log there, Jim. 73's all the best from Kilo Fox Zero, India Delta Tango.
7-3, Dustin.
QRZ, Kilo Fox Zero, India Delta Tango.
Kilo Oscar, I think November Mike.
Okay, I think I've got it. Is it Kilo Oscar 6 November Oscar Mike?
Negative. Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Sugar Mike. The suffix is Great Smoky Mountain. QSL?
Okay, Kilo Oscar 4, is that right?
Roger, roger.
Okay, I got it this time. I had it all mixed up in there. Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Sugar Mike, good evening to you from northern Colorado. Looks like we've worked a few times there looks like the last of December there was the last time. So, hey, good to get you in the logbook for the first time in 2024 there, over.
Roger that. Your great signal out here, 5-8. 20-meter band is just about gone here in South Carolina, but you're booming in here 5-8.
Hey, copy the 5-8. I'm going to give you a 5-8 both ways. 5-8 both ways, and yeah, it's about time for 20 meters to go to bed. So I figured I'd get on here, and I'm doing a little bit of live streaming tonight on YouTube. So I figured I'd give it a try here before 20 meters died out there. Over.
Roger, roger, Dustin. Yeah, I've got the live stream up now. We actually do, me and Kevin, I don't know if you, K0KLB, Kevin out there in Iowa, we actually do on Sunday evening we do a QRP net, but I am definitely not QRP tonight. Running 100 watts on a beam pointed in your direction. So, anyway, hey, 7-3, my friend, and good to get you in the log here. Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango from KO4 GSM. I'll be saying 7-3 and clear on your final.
Okay, yeah. You know, I watch Kevin's YouTube channel there, man. I really love how he makes antennas on about everything. I live on a farm too, so I kind of connect with him, and I kind of want to go out and try to do some of the stuff that he does. You know, that's kind of cool. But anyways, thanks for stopping in. You peaked 5.9 that last over there, so conditions are still in our favor. Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Sugar Mike from Kilo Fox 0 India Delta Tango, and maybe we'll look for you on that QRP net there. Over.
Roger, Roger. Hey, Dustin, good talking to you. 7-3, my friend.
Hey, 73's all the best and Happy New Year. QRZ for Kilo Fox 0 India Delta Tango.
Kilowatt 4, Echo Bravo Whiskey.
The Bravo Whiskey.
Yeah, Kilowatt 4, Echo Bravo Whiskey. The name here is Eric, Newport, Tennessee.
Hey, good evening, Eric, from Northern Colorado. Name here is Dustin. Dustin is my name. Looks like we worked back in August of last 22. August of 22. So good to be able to get you in 2024 there. First thing there. Over.
Yeah, real fine. I didn't look into the log to see if we'd worked before or not, but I know we haven't worked recently. But you're sounding real good in here this evening. You're 5.9 plus coming into Newport.
Hey, copy that. Yeah, you're 5.9 signal here into Northern Colorado this evening. And, yeah, we're just live streaming on YouTube. You can search my call sign, and the live stream should pop up there, and you'll be able to see your signal and your audio coming back into Colorado here. Over.
Yeah, I heard you talking to some other people there, and so I tuned over there and was looking at it before I contacted you, so I'm listening to and looking at my signal right now.
Hey, copy that there, Eric. Yeah, it's about a 12 to 15 second delay, I guess, depending on the internet. 12 to 15 second delay. So, but yeah, it's a nice little thing. There's another gentleman, if you look over in my chat room over there, Greg, K6EGG, go ahead and find his YouTube channel and subscribe to his channel as well. He's an awesome guy that does a lot of live streaming as well. So he might not be live streaming tonight, he said, but kick over there to the K6EGG's page and give him a subscribe too there, and help him out there as well, because he does a lot of live streaming as well there, Eric. Over.
All right, I'll do that. And thank you very much for the contact. I'll say 73 and let the rest of them get to you. And you have a Happy New Year. Then I will catch you another time.
All right there, Eric. Well, sounding good out of Tennessee, and thanks for stopping in to say hello. And you have a good, Happy New Year, and hope to catch you again in the logbook here this year. Maybe not make it so long before the next contact there. Kilo 4, Echo Bravo Whiskey from Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango. Take care.
All right, 73.
November Charlie 7 Charlie Hotel.
Was that a November Charlie 7 Charlie Hotel?
Yeah, it was standby one. Whiskey 8 Hotel Foxtrot stroke QRP.
Okay, the QRP, hold on just a quick sec.
November Charlie 7 Charlie Hotel.
Okay, there you are. November Charlie 7 Charlie Hotel. Good evening to you from Northern Colorado. The name is Dustin. Over.
Roger, Dustin. The name here is Cliff Charlie Lima India Foxtrot.
Oh, all right there, Cliff. Well, good to be able to say hello to you. Sorry about that. I was just getting some text messages in here, so I had to look at them real quick. But yeah, you got about a 5 and 5, 5 and 7 signal here into Northern Colorado this evening. Over.
Yeah, you're starting to drop out on me. You were 5.3. It's only turned on both preamps, but the band's being a little funky this direction. I'm in Central Oregon, a little town called Lapine.
Okay, yeah, we're about 80 miles east of Fort Collins, Colorado, out here in the countryside. So a lot of little towns near me, but we don't live too close to any of them. The nearest town that we go grocery shopping is 28 miles down the road. So we are pretty isolated out here in the countryside there, Cliff. Over.
Yeah, it came back up a little bit there. Yeah, we're not, we're about 20 miles south of a fairly big city, Bend, Oregon, but we're actually 6 miles north of a little town of Lapine, and we only have an acre and a quarter, but in the summertime I have deer in the yard almost.
Hey, Jim, thanks for the contact, Al. That was a good QSO. And Carl, hey, chime in there.
Very good there, Cliff. Very good. Well, we're running a Yaesu FT-DX10, 100 watts into a homemade vertical antenna. It is a ground-mounted vertical antenna. It does have 4 radials that come off of it. The radials are at a 45-degree angle, so they aren't laid across the ground like typical ground radials. They're more of a ground plane kit, I guess. I don't know how to describe them, but it is a homemade vertical antenna is what we're using. A Shure SM58 old school microphone plugged straight into the radio. So nothing too big, pretty basic and simple setup there, Cliff. Over.
Well, you're sounding real good, getting better all the time. The band's coming back up. I'm running a homemade off-center fed dipole, only about 25 feet in the air. I had to take it down, but normally I run a homemade inverted Z with 6 sets of legs on it for 20, 40, and 80. I'm running a Yaesu FT950, a good old radio. Until it quits, I'm not buying a new one. I am running an amp. I'm running a Heathkit 2200, but I haven't tuned it up completely, so we're only putting out about 300 watts. It'll do 1500, but I usually don't push it that hard.
Hey, copy that there. Well, I tell you what, doing fantastic. You've peaked to 5.9 and you've dropped to 5.3. So, like you say, the conditions are up and down, but it's been a clear copy the whole time there from Oregon. So, I've got a few of them sitting here waiting and chomping at the bit to see what their audio sounds like coming into YouTube. I am streaming live, so if you just search my call sign on YouTube, you'll be able to go back and see your signal and your audio coming back into my station there, Cliff. So I'm going to say 73's Happy New Year, and hope to catch you again here in 2024 there, Cliff. Over.
Yeah, I just put the station back in service, so we'll look for you further on down the log. Can I get your call sign, and then I'll let you go on to everybody else? 73's, November Charlie 7, Charlie Hotel.
Absolutely there, Cliff. Well, hey, not a problem. And like I say, just get up there on YouTube and you'll see it there once I give you the call sign. November Charlie 7, Charlie Hotel out there in Oregon. You take care once again. 73's and all the best from Kilo Foxtrot 0, Italy Delta Tango. Over.
Got it. Go on to all those other folks. Have fun. November 27, Charlie Hotel.
All right there, Cliff. Thank you. 73's again. QRZ for Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango.
November 4, X-Ray Tango.
November 4, X-Ray Tango Tango. Hey, Seth, you beat everybody in there that time. Hey, good evening to you and hello from northern Colorado.
Okay. Good evening there, Dustin. Yeah, I heard him. I made sure to turn the power up just a bit more this evening. Hope you're doing well. You're good 5 and 9 as the last time there here into the remote in Massachusetts. Over.
Hey, copy that there. Well, I tell you, you are almost 20 over. Almost 20 over there. So doing good out of the remote out of Massachusetts there this evening.
Okay there, Dustin. Well, thank you very much for coming back to the call. We'll let you get on to the others. They hear a big pile up. 73, enjoy.
Hey, 73's and Happy New Year, and glad to get you in the first of the year there. So 73's and all the best. QRZ from Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango.
With Hotel Fox 0, QRP.
Okay, there's that QRP, and that just reminded me, I told you to hang on. The QRP station, go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Dustin. You were 20 over 9, but now you're down, so it may be a little harder to hear me. This is Whiskey 8 Hotel Foxtrot. Name is Steve, located in Wellington, Ohio, not too far from Cleveland, running 5 watts into a 3-element Yagi at 50 feet. Over.
Hey, very good there, Steve. Very good. Well, Happy New Year's to you, and congratulations on the 5 watts. You're doing 5557. Yeah, I do. I have to apologize. I told you to hang on, and then I just completely ignored you. So thanks for hanging in there and being patient there. But yeah, beautiful signal for the 5 watts QRP there, Steve. Over.
Okay, Roger. Well, I want to hear the difference listening back on the on your YouTube channel. That's 1,000 watts, so it should be a little bit better. But glad you heard me the second time.
Hey, 73's Andy. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out for a bit.
Especially if there's a bit of a pile up. That's why I cheated a little bit there the first time when there was a lull while the other station was working on something. Sneak my call sign in. And sometimes that's the kind of tricks of the trade if you're trying to work at 5 watts. But, yeah, this is 1,000. So I won't hold it since you got a big pile up. And I'm looking at my log. We actually worked last year, I see, on 15 meters, which is actually the best that my antenna works on. It's 4 elements on 15. So when I'm doing QRP, that's usually my preferred band. But it's deader than a doornail right now. So 7-3, Dustin, Happy New Year. KF0 IDT Whiskey 8 Hotel Foxtrot.
Okay, very good, Steve. Yeah, you kicked the amp on, and it shot past almost 20 over. So beautiful signal there. And, yeah, it looks like we worked, what was that, back in March of last year. So good to be able to get you in the logbook again for 2024. And, yeah, I got a good little pile up here on 20 meters this evening. Kind of surprised. Usually 20 meter decides to start going to sleep about this time. So good to see that it's opening up later and later now. Whiskey 8 Hotel Foxtrot, thanks again. Happy New Year, and hope to catch you in the logbook again. And you guys take care and stay safe and be healthy there, my friend.
Yeah, 7-3, Dustin. Good to get you in the log at QRP levels on another band. So next time maybe we'll do 10 meters. 7-3, W8HF.
All right, there. Absolutely, 10 meters. I love 10 meters. I've got a good beam for 10 meters. So, like you say, 15 is dead, 10 is dead too. So maybe we'll have to try it sometime in the morning there. But again, Whiskey 8 Hotel Foxtrot, 73 is from Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango.
Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Tango Papa.
Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Tango Papa. Good evening to you. From Dustin here in northern Colorado there, over.
Yeah, hello there, Dustin. Sound great down here in Athens, Tennessee from northern Colorado. Doing a fantastic job down here there, Roger.
Hey, well, I appreciate it there. I think your name's going to be Dave there. It looks like my call or my logbook generated the info here finally. So doesn't look like we've worked before. So good to be able to get you in the logbook for the first time. And I hope the new year is treating you well so far there.
Yes, sir. It's doing pretty good there. I couldn't ask for anything else. And I'm 68, retired, and enjoying life right now there.
Well, hey, you can't beat that. You can't complain about that one bit, I tell you what. Yeah, it definitely sounds like you're doing it out there in Athens, Tennessee there. Well, I tell you, we're about 80 miles east of Fort Collins, Colorado, out here in the countryside, and don't have anything too special for the radio, just an FTDX10, 100 watts into a homemade vertical antenna there, over.
Hey, Roger. Well, it's doing a fantastic job. We don't have nothing special here. We run the 7300 ICOM. We have an Ameritron 811. Well, I've got an 811H, but I've got a AL80V in line right now with a hex beam on a 45-foot tower. But I'm just running 100 watts out of the back of the radio. I don't have the amp on, Roger.
Hey, Roger that. Well, I don't think you need to turn the amp on. You're hitting me with a 5.9 signal, so you're definitely doing a fantastic job. You don't need any help behind it. Yeah, sounding good. Anyways, Dave, there was quite a few pile up there. I am streaming on YouTube here. I am streaming live on YouTube. If you get on YouTube, search my call sign, it'll pop up, and you'll be able to come back and see your signal and how you sounded coming back into Colorado this evening there, over.
Okay, we'll do that right now there, Rascal. So, Dustin, you have yourself a super fine one out that way. It's a pleasure getting to talk to you. Thank you for picking up my call. We'll say 73s. May God bless to you out there.
Hey, Dave, well, you as well. Thank you for coming back and saying hello to us there. And you take care. Have a good 2024, and I hope to catch you again in the logbook. Until then, you take care. 73s and all the best. From Kilo Fox Zero, India Delta Tango.
73s.
QRZ, Kilo Fox Zero, India Delta Tango. The Echo Radio America station.
Thank you. I am Kilo Bravo 8, Echo Radio America. My name is Jim, and you're 59 plus in West Virginia. Over.
Hey, copy that there, Jim. Well, good evening from northern Colorado. Name here is Dustin. And looks like we worked before back in March of last year. So good to be able to get you in the logbook again for 2024 there, over.
QSL, good deal, Dustin. Listening to you here on the Facebook. Yeah, on Facebook, my gosh.
Yeah, Steve, I'm surprised that 20 meters is still holding out the way it is.
I tell you what, I've got you about a 5.7, 5.8. There's a little bit of a crackle in your audio, kind of like breaking up or something. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe you'll know a little bit more, but there's just a little bit of a breakup in your audio. But nonetheless, Jim, I still got a good copy and a good readable copy, and a good 5.7 here into northern Colorado. There, over.
QSL, real good, I'll let you get the file up. I did make an adjustment on this end, so might let me know if it helped or not. But 73, and we'll look for you again. KF0 IDT KV80RA.
All right there, Jim. That improved 100%. That improved 100% for you there, Jim. So, hey, you take care. Happy New Year. Thanks for coming into the call. And 73s, and hope to catch you again in the logbook. Kilo Bravo 8 Echo Romeo Alpha from Kilo Fox Zero India Delta Tango. 73s. QRZ for Kilo Fox Zero India Delta Tango.
Whiskey Hotel 6 November Lima.
Whiskey Hotel 6 November Lima. Good evening to you. From northern Colorado, looks like, is that a Hawaiian call?
Yeah, name here is Frank, and on the island of Maui in Hawaii.
Hey, very good there, Frank. Well, aloha, and good evening in northern Colorado. Name here is Dustin, by the way.
Okay, Dustin, yeah, I just pulled up your QRZ, and I see you're about a 5.8 in the Maui.
Yeah, I've got you a solid 5.9, and I'm actually live streaming on YouTube. So if you got my QRZ page open, you just click on that link there, and it should take you to my YouTube page, and you'll see the live stream pop up there, and you'll be able to get on and see what you sounded like coming from Hawaii. Over.
Yeah, but whenever I do that and I hear myself, I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, I do the exact same thing. And, I have a little bit of a monitor in my headphones so I can monitor my audio off the radio. And that doesn't bother me. But any other time, if I'm trying to record a video, when I'm doing a YouTube video, or if I hear my voice come back across, it makes me stop and I start stuttering, and I don't know. It's weird. There's a scientific name for it. Over.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It has something to do with the way your ear bones the sound goes in. But, yeah, no, I'll definitely look it up. I'm more interested in seeing the meter. Now, where are you located right now?
I am in northern Colorado. We are about 80 miles east of Fort Collins, Colorado. We're actually in the countryside. The nearest little town to me is called Stoneham, Colorado, but It doesn't even have a stop sign in it. So where we go grocery shopping is called Sterling, Colorado, and it's 28 miles to my east. But nobody knows where any of those little towns are, so I always say 80 miles east of Fort Collins there.
Okay. Yeah, I've never driven out that way. My daughter went to school at Fort Collins, but we never went east of the interstate there. Over.
Hey, copy that. Yeah, no, once you get east of the interstate, it's pretty much all the same, just a flat grassland there. Over.
Well, you must have a lot of the wind generators out there.
Yeah, actually, we've got thousands and thousands of windmills out here. There's some. They're about 30 miles to about 20 miles to my north. Up on the plateau, there's a plateau. It raises up about 700 foot, and when you go into Nebraska, and then Nebraska is at that level, and all them wind generators set on top of that plateau, and then about 50 miles to my east, the same thing. There's another plateau that all those wind generators set up on top of. So, but yeah, there's thousands and thousands of them out here. Over.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I'll let you get back to calling. Yeah, I heard the only criteria they have for putting up the windmills is there can't be a Starbucks within view.
Yeah, I think that's the criteria. Other than the small little town that we go grocery shopping, actually just got a Starbucks, the first Starbucks in northern Colorado. So they just opened up this last fall here. So just in time for that pumpkin spice. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. No, enjoy yourself. Yeah, I see this is our first contact, or at least in my logbook. And, yeah, have fun. That live streaming looks kind of neat. I'll see if I can go back and listen to myself. So, KF0 IDT Whiskey Hotel 6, November Lima.
Okay there, Frank. Well, hey, I appreciate you stopping in and answering the call and saying hello to us. And, yeah, there's a guy on the chat room on the live stream right now out of Pennsylvania. Says he hears you out there in Pennsylvania. So maybe the conditions on 20 are a little bit better than anybody thinks. But good to hear from you nonetheless there, Frank. And, yeah, glad to get you in the logbook for the first time. And hope you have a good and healthy 2024 there. Whiskey Hotel 6, November Lima, from Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango. Mahalo and aloha.
Thanks, Dustin.
10-6 OBP.
Whiskey 6, Lima, Mike Juliet in Florida.
Whiskey 6, Lima, Mike Juliet in Florida. Threw me off for that Whiskey 6 call. Good evening and hello out there in Florida.
Roger, good evening. Is this Dustin or is this Hawaii?
Nope, this is Dustin. The Hawaiian station was Frank out there.
Okay, so this is Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango.
That's correct. Yep, you got it there here in northern Colorado. Yeah, I know it's not as exciting as Hawaii, but I can at least tell you aloha if you want me to.
No. I wouldn't want you to stress yourself. No, I hear you fine. You're 5 and 7 here in Florida. You probably pointed the wrong way.
Well, I'm actually on a vertical, so you're actually a 5'9". You're a beautiful signal here into northern Colorado this evening. Yeah, just a homemade vertical that is ground mounted out there in the lawn out there. Over.
Roger. I take it it's a full-size vertical for 20 meters, or is it multi-band?
No, it's actually, and it's a long story, and I'm not an antenna guru. I don't know how it was made. We just made it. But I'll tell you the story on it. It was actually purchased at a garage sale. I bought a bunch of aluminum at a garage sale for very cheap, brought it home. A few years later, become a ham operator, and I went, hey, I bet I could do something with this aluminum. And started researching some of the tags and stuff that were on these antennas, and I ended up buying a 5-element Gizmochi beam and a B5/8 vertical omnidirectional for the CB bands. I bought it from an old guy there in the local town. I guess he was big in the CBs back in the 70s, I guess. And this stuff had just been accumulating in his garage, so he sold it. I bought it all for $5, and I ended up making out of that that 5/8 wave omnidirectional. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they have a big, gigantic aluminum ring around them for the matching system. I took it off and I replaced it with. I started out with a 12-inch. I ended up with 6-inch stainless steel wire. And the antenna is about, I think it's 11 foot tall. I had a piece of paper here that had all the measurements. But yeah, it's really weird how it designed and how it works. I was actually trying to get it resonant on 15 meter, and when we started, I noticed that it was really wanting to go to 20 meters. So we focused and made it resonant here on 20 meter. And a matter of fact, it's a flat SWR almost all the way across the band from the CW to the top portion. And it is resonant right here at 14,247 there, over.
Oh, very nice. So it's just 20 meters.
Yeah, and it's just 20 meters, and I can actually tune it for 17. I don't have any external tuners here on the radio. I just use the tuner on the radio, so I don't use it on 20 meter. If you get on my live stream on YouTube, you'll see that there's no tuner on. And but when I go to 17 meter, I have to tune it with the tuner. But it works very well on 17 meter as well.
Oh, very good. Yeah, it sounds very good. I'm looking at your live stream, and I'm not listening to myself. I guess I'm listening to you right now, because when I see you're talking to somebody else, I see the S meter move, and when you're talking, the S meter doesn't move. So I guess that's what we're experiencing. But yeah, very good. So tell me about your live stream. What are you doing to make the live stream work? Go ahead.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, no, we've I've got the radio hooked into the computer via the USB. So I'm pulling audio off of the USB connection from the radio to the computer, and then the STDX10 has the DVI connection in the back, so you can hook it up to an external monitor. But I tried it once. I have a monitor here that has a DVI, and it just seemed useless to me having a monitor set right above the radio that was displaying the same exact thing the radio was displaying. So I kind of was like, you know what can we do with it? And, you know, everybody has the problem when they hook the HDMI cable up to it. They were burning the little diode. There's a protection diode, basically, in that DVI. And that's just because an HDMI cable has a 5-volt feed that runs through the HDMI. And the 5 volts is basically there to tell the monitor to wake up when you kick the computer or whatever device you have on. It will tell the monitor to wake up. Well, that 5 volts was actually feeding back from the monitor back into radios and burning that diode up and killing that external monitor feed. So I went ahead and dissected an HDMI cable and clipped that 5 volts out of there. And I've got a HDMI to USB video capture device plugged into the computer. That's how I'm able to get the radio display up on the computer as well. And I'm using a software called OBS, Oscar Bravo Sierra. That's the software that I'm using to push the stream over to YouTube there, over.
Yeah, and they do that as a live broadcast. Is there any limit to the length of time that can run?
Well, you know, I've heard that there is, but I don't know if you're familiar with some of the ham guys on here. There was Ham Radio Tube just put on a fundraiser for the ARRL's teaching course, I guess. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm sure somebody on the live stream will hear in the chat room will pop up with it. But he streamed for almost 8 hours, or maybe it was a little over 8 hours. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a specific time limit. I've heard there is, but I've also heard or also seen people stream for quite a long time. So I'm not too quite sure if there is an actual streaming live limit there. W6LMJ from KF0IDT.
KF0IDT, Whiskey 6, Lima, Mike, Juliet. Well, very interesting. I run a Christian fellowship net on Sundays, and it might be fun to stream that net on YouTube. It would make it easy for guys to hear what I hear rather than me repeating it. They could simply tune into the YouTube channel and hear what I hear, and because sometimes I hear stations that are too close to the guys in the Midwest for them to hear each other, and you end up having to repeat what's being said. But with this kind of an activity, that would be great. I'm familiar with OBS. I ran a live stream last night from my observatory and shared the process of capturing a couple of deep space objects, processing them and turning them into very nice images. And so it would be kind of fun to do something like that with amateur radio as well. Anything that excites the mind and gets people curious about how things are done strikes me as a worthwhile activity. Go ahead.
Hey, absolutely. And you know what? That sounds like it would work for your net. And just not because it will help you from not repeating everything. If there is guys that aren't able to get to the radio and they still want to follow along with your fellowship and your net, they can tune in via the YouTube stream and still be able to catch everything that they're wanting to hear and what they're wanting to do there. So that might not be a bad idea for your fellowship net there. Over.
Roger. This is Whiskey 6 Lima, Mike, Juliet for ID. Way back in about I think it was 20, no, I guess it was 1997. 1997, 98 time frame. I participated in an activity on the internet called Global Learn Day. And I had just set up a distance education company on the internet, and so I was learning about the internet and how to distribute educational content via the internet. And to have this Global Learn Day struck me as just a fascinating thing to participate in. I was setting the business up in my garage, and one of the first batches of email that I got from a colleague was a guy saying, "Hey, Terry, you'd be interested in this Global Learn Day, and it happens today, so you'll have to get set up for it and be able to do it." And I was on a dial-up at the time. I think I had 33 kilobytes of data that I could use for streaming and for receiving email and sending out whatever I wanted to send out. I had a co-location site for my website, but that's what I had in the garage for reaching the website. And so that morning I set my computer up, a Macintosh, or what they call a 6100, and a desktop type of a computer. And I sent an email to the Global Learn Day coordinator, and he came back with a web page that I registered through, and that allowed me to register my my contact information, and gave me access to the live stream. I forget what software they were using back then for live streaming. It's no longer in use today. I think it's still out there, but it's not the common one anymore. And you'd call in on the phone, and they would stream you live from the phone call. So you'd call in on the phone if you were scheduled to speak. Otherwise, you just listen. And you could see PowerPoint presentations as screenshots that were being shared. I think Nelson Mandela was a keynote speaker that year from South Africa, talking about distance education and how important it was to the country of South Africa. And so it's a 24-hour webcast. It starts at the tick of the clock past midnight in Guam and goes all the way around the world and then ends at the tick of the clock at midnight in Hawaii. So it's one full day at the beginning of a new day, is the way it was advertised. And during that 24-hour period, I stuck it out for the whole 24 hours. During that 24-hour period, I registered, I participated in the conference. It was like an online conference. And then about 2 in the morning, John Hibbs, who was running this Global Learn Day, called me on the phone. He said, Terry, he actually didn't call me Terry, he called me OLT, which stands for online training, because that's how I identified myself as a way of building name recognition for OLT, online training. He called me and said, how would you like to welcome Global Learn Day to the Americas since you're down there in Florida? That would probably be an appropriate thing to do. And I said, wow, yeah, to North America. I said, wow, I would be honored. And so I put together a PowerPoint presentation on self-directed learning, high self-directed learning, because that's the area that I'm interested in educational research. And I set it up as a streaming, so I could send it to him and have it loaded, and then he could play it.
Yeah, 12 hours. Still, that's a long time to be live streaming.
That was kind of amazing to, in a single 24-hour period, become aware of a conference, do that conference on the internet, and to be able to sit there and talk to the other participants in the chat room without interrupting the speaker, and to be able to hear the speaker and see what the speaker was presenting, and then to have the speaker come back into the chat area and find out how he was received and what people had in the way of questions, and give them a pat on the back and a clap and that sort of thing, to go from learning about it to actually doing it in a 24-hour period, as compared to the amount of preparation you put into for a normal educational conference, which could be literally months of effort, the transportation, the lodging, the money that you spend to do all those things, as opposed to doing this Global Learn Day deal completely on the internet, was very impressive. But what you're doing with streaming your contacts, that sounds like a fun thing to do, and has some of the same attributes. You don't see PowerPoint slides going across, although with OBS you could have a camera and show yourself talking to people, or you could put up slides from QRZ.com and show people's QRZ pages and use that as content to deliver that way. I mean, there's a lot of good ideas that a guy could capitalize in by using OBS as the webcast tool for something like this. So kudos to you, Dustin, for making it happen. Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango, Willie 6 lost my job in Florida.
Hey, very good. KF0 IDT for that ID purposes. And I was just told that 12 hours before you have to restart the stream. 12 hours before you have to restart the stream there. And yeah, if you're watching the live stream right now, if you're getting on, there's scenes. And I can go between different scenes and all of that. I can add a webcam. I've got my ham clock on there right now. I can switch over to my ham clock or my radio interface. But yeah, that you can add all kinds of stuff with it there and do all kinds of good stuff. So, but yeah, that's interesting on the Global Learning Day. Almost kind of sounds like e-learning day now. Ever since COVID hit and they realized they can teach classes over online, we've been having quite a few e-learning days. And I tell you what, last year, matter of fact, this time last year, we were being socked in here by some of the biggest snowstorms that I've ever seen in Colorado. And instead of snow days, guess what the kids had for school? They had e-learning days. So the days of having no school because it snowed too much are over because now they have the e-learning days. It was kind of an interesting transition to see and take place. And so far, we haven't had any snow days yet here in Colorado, but I'm sure if we do, there will be e-learning days, and they'll be able to do all their schoolwork online. So very interesting, very, very interesting. But hey, Terry, well, I'm going to say 73s to you, and thanks for the QSO. It's been a great QSO, and I've got a couple people here online that are wanting to see if they can make it into Colorado tonight before 20 meters decides to go to bed there. But again, Terry, yeah, I would definitely look into live streaming your fellowship net, and it just reaches a bigger audience, if you know what I mean. I've actually had so many emails from people that aren't even in ham radio that want to know what is ham radio and getting interested in it. So I think it may be just another tool that we can use for ham radio to get other people interested in. So anyways, Terry, thanks again. Happy New Year. And God bless, and I hope it's a healthy one for you here in 2024, and hope to be able to do it again here in the logbook. Whiskey 6 Lima Mike Juliet from Kilo Fox 0 India Delta Tango on your final there, Terry.
Roger. Yeah, I see people commenting in there as we're talking. One fellow said he would run out of things to talk about. Well, that's the magic of this kind of a two-way is you don't talk about what you want to talk about. You ask a question. And when you ask the question, the response generates the content that you talk about. You talk about what the other fellow's interested in, so he's got something to say because it's his topic, his subject, his area of expertise, his experiences you're sharing with everybody. Hey, have a blessed day, Dustin. Doing a great job, and I think this is a wonderful idea. 73 for now, and God bless, and Happy New Year. Kilo Fox 0 India Delta Tango, Willie 6 Lost My Job. Adios.
All right there, Terry. Take care. 73s, and I'm gonna run to the refrigerator and get something cold to drink real quick. 73s, KF0 IDT.
And Rail Gap, just for quick reference, the rebroadcasts, the regs on rebroadcasting, there really is no regs on rebroadcasting. Where it kind of gets tricky is in the monetary value of it, which I am not making any money off of this. I know there's other ham channels that do make money off of it, but I just do this for fun, man. I don't know. It's what it is. But no, it's a public domain. You can get on any SDR website and hear exactly the same thing that you're hearing off of my radio. I'm not selling anything. I'm not advertising anything. So yeah, as for rebroadcasting what you're hearing on a free domain, public domain, that's basically what we're doing here. And I'll be right back because I got to get something to drink. I think 20 meters might be going down. Yeah, and don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. All right, well, we'll give it a few more calls here on 20 and see what we got. But it looks like 20 is about to die.
Frequency still clear? Is the frequency in use? CQ20, CQ20, Kilo Foxtrot 0, India Delta Tango, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Italy Delta Tango, CQ20 meter.
Oh, I think it's dead.
CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meter. Hello, CQ. Kilo Foxtrot 0, India Delta Tango. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Italy Delta Tango, CQ20 meter.
I don't know what 40 is going to look like.
Yeah, you still got propagation on the East Coast. Dustin, W6LMJ.
Hey, Whiskey 6 MLJ, KF0IDT. Well, thanks for letting me know. All I did was walk to the refrigerator and come back, and conditions fell out there, over.
Or you lost your audience, one or the other.
That could be. Lost the audience, impatient. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hey, Terry, good to hearing you, and thanks again letting me know that the conditions are still here.
Roger. Yeah, I was impressed that you had a banner running across that said, "I'll be right back." I don't know how to do that with OBS. I guess I have a lot to learn. Hey, thank you very much, Dustin. Again, good evening to you, and thank you for sharing this experience. Whiskey 6, Lima, Mike Juliet.
Absolutely there, Terry. I just switched over to my ham clock, so if you watch for a few seconds here, it'll switch over to my ham clock, and you'll be able to see the ham clock now. And then I can switch back over to the radio screen again, and then if I have my intro, which is just my logo for my call or my YouTube channel, I should say, is I can also do that. But no, the way to get the text to scroll across the screen, you just make a text file. And then in your filters, click filters, and then you click the plus symbol down there, and you'll see a scroll. Click on the scroll, push OK, and then you have your adjustments on your scroll, either horizontal or vertical, and the speed that it goes by. So you can set your speed, and I just got it scrolling horizontally there, and not very fast. So that's how to do that in OBS there, Terry, over.
Oh, very good. And how did you make your graphic for your intro?
On After Effects. After Effects is a part of the Adobe clan there, I guess you should say. But After Effects is where I did that. I'm a photographer by trade, so I'm very familiar with the Lightroom, the Photoshop, the Premiere Pro, and the After Effects. So, and Illustrator. So I'm pretty handy in all of those. So that's how we made that, over.
Oh, very, very good. Yeah. But before I started Online Training Incorporated, I worked for Palm Beach Atlantic University in their computer training area, and we taught all of those subjects, all of those Adobe subjects. Of course, that was 20-plus years ago, and it's all changed since then. But I used to be familiar with all of the Adobe products, not so much anymore. I have them, and we use them in website design and in creation, but I'm not the guy that does it. I'm just the guy that pays for it. So I guess I can go look at Lightroom, which I own and have on my computer, and figure out how to make a nice intro logo to Reading Observatory so people can get excited about what they might be able to see that night the next time I stream. I'll probably try to stream once a month or so during the dark of the moon. so we have really dark skies and we have clear skies at the same time, then I'll stream. But there's no point in streaming if there's nothing to see through the clouds. So, all right, well, I better get out of here. I'm supposed to be working on another project, but I got distracted by your contact. And I see 15 is open back up. There's only one guy from China on 17 meters and a couple of guys on digital and CW on 20. So the bands are not very active tonight, but you're holding up quite well with your vertical. So I'll say 73 again, Dustin. Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango, Whiskey 6, Lima Mike Juliet.
Hey, very good there, Terry. Yeah, well, Lightroom is just pretty much for images like photography or, touching up. Basically, Lightroom gives you the ability to have camera raw for everything, where camera raw is basically just for raw images that come from a camera. You can shoot in RAW or JPEG. And the camera raw will develop that raw image. Well, Lightroom pretty much gives you the ability to have all of that for everything, for raw images, JPEGs, all of it. You'll probably need Photoshop to create a logo, and then After Effects to get it a graphics like that, intro graphic. But we all start somewhere, and if you need help, my email address is good on QRZ, so hit me up on the email if you ever need help with something. I'll be more than happy to try to help you figure it out, or at least get you pointed in the right direction there, Terry.
Well, I appreciate the offer. I doubt that I'll take you up on it. I've got a daughter in Colorado Springs who's also a photographer. And I've got people in the office that do the Adobe products for doing primarily marketing pieces. So I'm sure I've got a lot of local resources that I can reach out to. But again, I appreciate you making the offer. Go ahead.
Well, hey, anytime, and that's cool. Your daughter lives there in Colorado Springs. There's another ham that lives there. I'm trying to get to his call sign real quick so I can tell you what his call sign is. His name is Tim. His name is Tim, and he actually is really big in that astrophotography as well. And I've talked to him quite a few times on 80 meters. But that's about the only place that I've ever talked to him is on 80 meters. So I'm trying to pull up the web page here so I could give you his call sign, but it's not really wanting to. It's really not wanting to get there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, if you think it's important, you could always use my email address from QRZ.com and drop me a line. Other than that, I hear somebody else adjacent to this frequency, so maybe our chatting has brought people alive again.
Hey, you never know. That's the only way to know if a band is opened or not is people start having to talk, and that usually brings more people in here. And yeah, my computer, the internet is being very, very slow here. So yeah, November 2 Papa Charlie, I think is his. Yep. November 2 Papa Charlie is his call sign, and he lives over there in Colorado Springs, and he does a lot of that astrophotography, and does really good. The extent of my astrophotography is just the northern lights. We catch a lot of good aurora out here just because where we live. Like I say, we live out in the middle of nowhere. We could actually be certified black sky. I just don't know how to go about getting that certification.
Okay, I made a note for November 2 Papa Charlie, Colorado Springs, astrophotography. Thank you for the info.
Hey, not a problem there. So anyhow there, Terry, I'll see if anybody else is here and see if anybody else wants to join us here on the live stream. We've got 11 people watching now, so that's pretty good. But anyways, Terry, thanks again for stopping in, and always a pleasure learning something new every day there. Whiskey 6, Lima Mike Juliet, Kilo Fox 0, India Delta Tango. 73s to you, Terry, and hope to do it again.
Roger, 73.
Evening there, Cactus Jack.
QRZ, Kilo Foxtrot 0, India Delta Tango.
Yeah, I think 20 meters is dead. Good to see Mark in the chat room. Fellow DX shark. Always hunting that DX. I think let's go check out 40 meter. Nobody wants to hear that on a live stream. Huh. Don't look like 40 meters is too active. Last couple nights, 7200's been interesting.
Yeah, this is a long string. Tested my audio here. I kind of widened up the filter a little bit. I had it a little more narrow, but somebody said it sounds tinny. I don't want it to sound too deep or anything, but I just want it to be clear and intelligible. How's this sounding? Yeah, okay. So you sound very clear.
Guess we could try some FT8, but I don't have any of the screens loaded up on my OBS stream, so it'll take me a minute. Do some FT8 on 160. Let's see what we got here. See if I can make this scene real fast here and pull up the Hey Jim. It's the DX10. Where at in Colorado yet? Trying to get this all set up here, guys, so hold on. Pueblo. I am 80 miles east of Fort Collins, just north of Fort Morgan. What radio you got? Fair enough. I guess it all depends on what your interest. Are you just a tech, or did you get a general, or go to your extra too? Yeah, Mark, I know. I turned the radio audio down because I don't think anybody wants to hear that squealing noise. Working on getting a tech. That's awesome, man. Yeah, this is the Yaesu FTDX10. I would encourage you to get the tech, and then start studying right away for the general, or try to take the general maybe the same day. They always offer it to you. If you pass the tech license, you can take the general. Trying to get my this set up for streaming so everybody can see it here. Trying to fit Grid Tracker in here at the same time, but I don't think Grid Tracker is going to fit on the screen like I want it to. So that's a good book, Jim. That's probably the best book you can read to get any of the licenses. I think I about got it, guys, here. I have to add with my audio. All right. Yeah, the ham radio preps is awesome. I found it was been the easiest for my general or my extra studies. So I'm using ham radio prep for my extra. If anybody's going to do 160, we're on 160. Try to get this brought in here. There we go. So for you new guys, the guys that are trying to study, this is FT8. I use JTDX for my FT8. And the main one is WSJT-X. That's the main FT8, FT4. I like the JTDX. I like the way it's laid out and all that. So each color is ones that you worked. The green is obviously ones that I've already worked. I have all my colors set open here, so hey Mark, take care. You gonna be home tomorrow then? Still on the road? So yeah, I've kind of fallen in love with 160 here. I'm missing Hawaii for my worked all states. And I thought I had him the other night, and didn't happen. Let's see. See if I can get Grid Tracker in here, just at least show you guys Grid Tracker for a minute. We'll give it a good call here and see. I don't think that transmit audio will be coming through or not. Uh-oh. Probably should get on frequency, huh? Well, why did it kick over to 1839.90? There we go. So the white spaghetti lines that you see there on Grid Tracker, that's how many stations heard my FT8 signal in that first call. Yeah, and Cactus Jack, that Ham Radio Prep app is amazing. You can get it on your computer too, but you have to pay for it on the computer. I think on the app you have, I think you can do like a lesson every day, or you have to wait 24 hours before you do the next one, I guess. I don't know how it works, but yeah, Ham Radio Prep. It's a pretty amazing app. Like I said, it's helped me study for my extras now. And for you new guys, I was making contact with this guy, Kilo Fox 9 Uniform Golf. In Indiana. And now my my program just crashed. I think my whole computer's crashing. Oh, now we're back. That was weird. I've never tried to do FT8 and live stream at the same time, so it might be putting my little mini PC into a tailspin. Yeah, I can't remember what the one I used for my tech in general. It was another ham radio, maybe ham radio study or ham study or something like that. I think it was ham study, but some reason I wasn't able or wasn't grasping the extra, and I was having difficulty. And one day I decided to look some things up and tried that Ham Radio Prep on my phone, and wow, I've been passing almost all my practice tests now. So I'm hoping we got a Ham Fest on the 20th of this month coming up, and kind of wanting to maybe go in and take my extras test on the 20th. Hopefully. We also got the National Western Stock Show, so might not be too much funds for a ham fest. Yeah, hamstudy.org, there you go. But yeah, that hamstudy.org, you can actually take the test online through them as well. So one of the reasons why I did my tech in general was able to do it online. Not because I didn't want to go anywhere. It was just the fact that I do live so far away from the nearest populated town that would have a class or a testing session. Was at least an hour and a half away, so online was the best route for me to do it. We'll see if See if this is working now here. Extra hardware, no. Well, the USB cable that runs from the radio to the computer is the only thing that you need, and then you just need the WSJT.x or /X or the JTDX, or there's another one called MSHV, which MSHV doesn't play nice with my computer, so I use JTDX is what I use, but WSJT/X or -X is the one. Oh, Larry's got it all tested up, tuned up. Let's do it. I love it. Hex beam on 160 meter. Wow. Oh, let's see it. But that Palstar will tune up a coat hanger on 160 meter. But no, the Jim Colorado, the cable is basically a printer cable for like what has that different type of UBC or USB type end on it for your computer, and then a USB for your different type of that USB connector for your printer, and then the USB for your computer, and that's all you need for the radio to the computer. And then if your computer is kind of out of sync on the time, which most online time is out of sync, you have to get a time sync, which is a Dimension 4 is what it's called, that I use is called Dimension 4, and it keeps your computer in sync with time, so you don't lose. Because if your computer gets out of time or out of sync, it won't decode the FT8. Hey Larry, I got you loaded up. You're going to be my next call. I see your call there. There we are. I'm calling you there. 50 watts and a hex beam. Wow. I think that's the first I've heard of a hex beam on 160. Yeah, my computer just froze up again. Let me close some of this stuff down real quick and okay. It's back. It's sending it to you there, Larry. We'll get caught up here. My computer froze again. So I closed the browser and stuff off here real quick. I guess I can close my ham clock out too. I don't need to have it running. Hey, and it's good to get you on a 160. I got you on 15 phone, 80 and 40. So good to get you on 160 now. Nice. Congratulations. First contact on 160 from a hex beam. Yeah, the long wire will help. That's what I'm using. It's a fan dipole for 160 through 40, and I think it's 527 feet long. Well, from one end to the other end, and the matching box is 45 foot in the air, and the wires come down. The 160 leg is probably about 12 foot off the ground at the ends. The 80 meter is about 10 foot, and the 40 meter is about 15 foot up off the ground there. So it's worked well. I need to bring it down and do some maintenance on it. Anybody else around want to do some 160? But yeah, the long wire, you know, I've been doing some reading on 160 stuff, and I guess the more vertical you can get the antenna, the better off you are on 160. Now, if that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not an antenna expert guru. I just like experimenting and messing around and building stuff, and if it works, it works. If it don't, well, I figure out why it didn't work. Yeah, I don't know why you can't get there. You should be able to, but we'll have to figure that out. You only got a couple more months before you come visit anyways. CDF is going to go home with a bunch of ham stuff when he leaves my house in May. But Jim Colorado, if you're still hanging out with us, yeah, man, I encourage you to go ahead and study and get your ticket. I recently got an 891. I know the Charlie Delta Fox there in the chat room's got a 891, and also Mark, he took off already, but he's got an 891 as well. And amazing radio for being a portable radio or a mobile radio. Still puts out 100 watts. Amazing audio. I've had mine for just over a week now, and I think I've made 7 contacts into Japan, several into South America, tons of stateside contacts with it, from the mobile, all while being in motion. I kind of like a phrase. One of the Japanese stations that I talked to, he kept telling me I was a mobile in motion. So I kind of like that term, mobile in motion. So yeah, amazing little radio for about half the price of what the DX10 costs. Although you will need some separate hardware. Separate hardware to do FT8 or any of the digital modes. This just isn't the only digital mode. This is just the one that has taken ham by storm, I guess. I also like doing a lot of PSK. If you scan around right now, the RTTY contest started, so you'll see a lot of the RTTY signals right now, which is that's fun. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for my daughter that's going to be going, she's not here right now. Thought she was sitting over there. We're going to go to the stock show this weekend, so I elected not to participate in a contest because I knew I wasn't going to be around full time for it. So, but RTTY is a good one. RTTY, that's a good digital. Olivia or Contestia, or some other good digital modes that you can do. It's just this FT8 is what has taken ham radio by storm. I personally like it. I think it is an amazing form or a mode of communication that doesn't take the amount of signal that, say, a sideband phone portion does, or CW. That's why it's a weak signal form of digital. So you can make a lot of contacts if you're compromised. To say if you're in an apartment building or HOA that has a very compromised situation, you can't put antennas up, and you can put up a mag loop in your living room and work the world on FT8. But you will hear a lot of a lot of hams will say that FT8 isn't ham radio. You'll hear a lot of them tell them it's using your computer for ham radio. I actually commented in a net. I don't participate in nets, but I had to break in because they were just dogging. One breath was they were saying they didn't understand how they could generate and get the younger generations interested in the hobby, and in the same breath turn around and start bashing the FT8 mode. And so I had to chime in and let them know that I could have a group of kids hanging out behind me, and not one of them would care less about me talking on the microphone or into the microphone to another station But let me tell you, as soon as I fire up a computer with all these colorful graphics, and you can see the where you're going. Here, I'll turn it right now, so you can see where your signal's going and everything. And man, let me tell you, they light up and they love seeing this kind of stuff, and they can run the mouse and type on the computer. And I've had more kids interested in ham radio because of FT8 than talking on the microphone. So I honestly think it's a very awesome tool to get the next generation interested in ham radio. All right, nobody's answered my call for a few calls there. I'm going to switch over to the evens. If you noticed up there on the where it turns blue in the time, it's you transmit every 15 seconds. So you either transmit on between 0 and 15 or 15 and 30, and it's called the evens or second. So when you transmit on the evens, it means you're transmitting first. If you're transmitting on the odds, you're transmitting second. And I didn't let me see if I can pull up my waterfall. There's a waterfall here for so you know where you're at on JTDX, or on WSJT. There is one too. Let me see if I can get my waterfall pulled up here. Okay, so now you can see the waterfall. So the red and the green are the red's my transmit, the green, see if I can get my arrow over there. Yeah, where my arrow's not there, but there's little brackets at the top of that waterfall. You can see where the lines are moving around. That's my transmit and receive. When you're doing the FT8, you don't want to be on top of somebody. So, and you really don't want to be next to these big signals right here, like that one, because he's splattering way out here. So you can see now that the waterfall looks clear where I'm going to be at right now. So I'll turn that off, and we'll give it a few more calls there. Yeah, the night before last, I worked into Germany, Poland, England, here on 160. Yeah, don't get discouraged at all. That's the biggest thing. Don't get discouraged and keep going. I know CDF there will be the same way, but man, I kicked myself for waiting for so long to doing it. Yeah, yeah, man. YouTube's full of all kinds of stuff, and you know, for most part, you know, there's a lot of a lot of stuff that would be kind of on YouTube that's kind of questionable. But for the most part, most of the ham radio channels are pretty informative. There's a couple that get way out there in left field and don't know how to. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, there's a few ham channels out there that are not worth it, but most of them, 90% of them, I would say, are worth it. If you scroll up in that chat up there, there's Greg K6GEGG. He's another good one to follow. Ham Radio Tube is another one to follow. Ham Radio 2.0 is another good one. Yeah, all those guys are amazing at what they're doing. But yeah, I think Greg and I are pretty much the only ones that do what we do here. I know I got a couple technical videos on my channel for like the ham clock and stuff, but I don't do any of the reviews or any of the stuff like the other channels do. They get into some pretty good stuff. So, yeah, go check it out. YouTube's amazing source of learning for ham radio. But like anything on the internet, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But most of the ham radio channels are pretty amazing here. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, and that dang thing, man. I got it loaded on like 4 computers now, 5 computers, and have never had a problem. But man, everybody else seems to have a problem. Even CDF had a problem. I had to actually hijack his computer like one of those spammers or hijackers from India, you know, scammers. I had to use the old TeamViewer and hijack his computer to help him set it up. Told him I was going to steal all of his money, but he said he didn't have any. But no, man, that the ham clock, yeah, that was the there's a few YouTube channels out there that were that got me a little upset, I guess I should say, and promoting it. There is a certain little company out there that has put it on a Linux operating system computer, whatever, and you buy it. I think it's $50 and you can buy it, and I'm just like, I don't like seeing people spend money when they don't have to. I guess that was the whole point of me putting out the ham clock videos there. hamscam.com. I was on another live stream a couple nights ago, and we were talking about onlyhams, onlyhams.com. And one of us, I don't know who it was, looked it up, but somebody looked it up. You can buy the domain name for $12,000. And you got to watch this program if you get stuck at someone. You know, I sent this guy a Roger 73s 3 times. Just looked up and he's calling CQ. So I guess he doesn't get my logbook contact. No, and if the guys that don't know, the Charlie Delta Fox here in the chat room, that's my dad. He lives out in North Carolina, and I live in northern Colorado. So if you see him giving me crap every now and then, he probably earned it a few times to give me crap. Ooh, we're going to go to 40 meters. And it's a mess. Yeah, it's a big mess. Yeah, I'll turn this up so you can hear it. Yeah, that's a mess. There's no spots on the waterfall either. Yeah. Kick it over so you can see the waterfall. Yeah, it's 40 meters is packed. I'm gonna have to end up way up here like at 2,500 hertz, 2,400 hertz. I'm gonna try 40 meters if anybody's there. I was that guy, guys. I had my ALC way up. I got it fixed now. Alright, we're better now. Why didn't it answer? And there we go. Oh, Larry, I wished I could get on 30 meters. Oh, I would have so much fun on 30 meters because I've never worked anybody on 30 meters. And the reason for it is everything that I have, I can tune. It will just throw so much RFI into the computer and everything that it's just it's unbearable. And I've actually tried to make a dipole and just specifically for 30 meters, and it's just, man, I have problems with 30 meters. The only band that I have problems with. Alex, the tune button on JTDX, all it does is throw basically a carrier back to the radio, just to show you where your SWRs are going. But as for tuning the antenna up, I use the internal tuner on the FTDX10. And we'll pull up the grid tracker here, and you can see where the signals are going. If I don't freeze my computer up again. All right. That's where the signals are going in the last 3 calls. Oh, and it froze. Do I have... Close another window down here. All right, we're back. But no, Alex, I also use that tune button on JTDX there, just to double check my SWRs, even though it should still be, the radio should keep memory of where it was tuned. I still like to check it out, and just to make sure that we're still good to go. But I need Hawaii on 160. God, I need Hawaii. That's where I need Hawaii at right now. And I know I can get down there because I got the Swains Island DXpedition on 160. So I know I can get to Hawaii for a confirmation. It's just, I don't know if there's anybody on Hawaii that likes to do 160. That's the biggest problem. Well, I'm glad I kind of streamed some FT8 tonight. I don't normally do it. I didn't think there would be any interest in watching the FT8 go scrolling by, but if somebody's learning something new, then it's a good thing. I don't know why it's not automatically answering those calls. It's the second one now. It could be just a program, though. Hey, not a problem, Jim. Oh, come on, Larry, really? I think I worked an Antarctica station on 20 meters. There, at one night, I don't know, it's been like about a month ago now, I guess. There was like 4 Antarctica stations on. There was the Russian, the Americans, there was another one on, and then the Australians. They were all on Antarctica, all activated on FT8. And you think I could make a contact? Surprised the Eureka station up there in northern Canada isn't on tonight. They're usually on and got the PSK reporter going at least. But you can see up there in the, I guess I better turn the usually they're up north up there in very top of Canada. Yeah, I think it's summertime down there. Right now I think I'm at full power, Alex. All right, Jack, man. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. 73s, and we'll catch you on the next live stream there. Here, and I'll look right now for you, Alex. But yeah, I think I'm at a full 100 watts. So yeah, I'm that guy. But I also have, you can kind of see in that little screen down there, I have no ALC going out whatsoever. I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest key for me, I think, is the watch that ALC level. If there's no ALC level going out, and then the power on JTDX is all the way up. I see the whiskey 1 whiskey call sign in there. If you guys ever go to his QRZ page and see how many views he has, WW1WW, and see how many page reviews he has. We all gawked over it and then learned that you can actually fudge your numbers on QRZ. So yeah, we all think that he may have fudged his numbers a bit. Alright, where we were stuck on the Roger, so we're just gonna call CQ now. Yeah, I'm not understanding why it's not catching those calls right away. I'm getting quite a few. And I've got my color scheme on JTDX completely set different than the defaults or what how WSJT has their colors. So for you veteran FT8 guys, you might some of the colors are the same. You know, the green is the same, but for everything else, I've got it opened up everything. New DXCCs, new prefixes, new grids on band. I mean, it's opened up for everything right now. Just because I lost pretty much everything. If I don't if I don't have something clicked, I'll lose everything. Well, I think I might be calling it a night here on the stream. About 2 hours and 20 minutes we've been going here, so I do appreciate everybody hanging out. And for you guys that are going to try to get your ticket, I encourage you to do it. Absolutely have fun. I can't tell you how much of a small world ham radio has become. Matter of fact, just yesterday we were sitting in a local store's parking lot as my wife ran into the store. I was sitting outside in the parking lot, and some guy come walking up wanting to know if I was a ham operator, and man, we had a good old conversation. He was wanting to get into it, and he was actually studying for it too, and he lives down here in a local city or local town just south of me. So told him pretty much where to go, ham radio preps, and man, he was all excited. So there was one night I was on 20 meters and was talking to a guy in Germany, and come to find out, back in the early 90s, he was actually coaching a soccer team, and somehow, some reason, they were actually practicing in my hometown, and he knew people that I knew, and he ate at restaurants that are still open, and man, we sat there for a good 40 minutes just chatting about my hometown. He was wanting to know about certain things, if this was there or if that was there, and man, it was fun, and he lived in Germany, and I was like, man, if it wasn't for ham radio that night, man, we wouldn't have made the connection. So yes, ham radio is a small world. So yeah, I encourage you guys, get that tech license. You'll have fun on 10 meters and on the VHF stuff. But if you were like me, the 2 meter stuff just didn't. I'll use it. I've got the ability to use it. But HF is where it was at for me. So the general was got weeks after I got my tech license. I got my general's license, and now we're like I say, I'm going to study. I am studying for my extras, and hopefully get it by the end of this month. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, guys, Jim, Alex, Larry, Jack, CDF, aka my dad out there in North Carolina. You guys take care. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll do it again. I don't know if we'll do anything this weekend. Like I say, I'm going to be going to the stock show this weekend. So it is, I don't know if you guys know what that is or not. National Western Stock Show is in Denver every year. It's the best 2 weeks in Denver. Any other time, Denver is one of the crappiest towns you'll ever meet. But the National Western Stock Show is the first 2 weeks of January, and it is an amazing time. So we're going to head over to the freestyle reining competition on Sunday. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you later. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's the way to do it, Alex, man. That's the ham spirit right there. I'm telling you. All right, guys, take care. 73s, and we'll catch you next time.